So this is the issue that I was discussing. So right outside, you just heard me say, and it says on the sheet, I suppose, or on the board, that you're not allowed to graffiti when you come over here. Do not write on the walls. And this is the state of the Pakistani people. That is my point. That is the issue that I keep banging on about. Something that I do not appreciate whatsoever is the fact that we always denigrate our heritage sites, and this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site actually. But yeah, I mean, as soon as you enter from that side over there, you are greeted with these beautiful monuments. So I suppose when Jahangir was here, and I suppose Akbar afterwards as well, they used to just walk around here and just really relax and really enjoy themselves. And luckily for us, we don't live in a place where kings rule. This is a democracy, as it says, so we can do whatever the hell we want. And all power to the people.
Shalimar Garden is one of the most unique gardens in all of Pakistan, and also one of the most iconic and largest gardens of the Mughal era. And in this video, I will explore this ginormous place and everything that it has to offer to tourists and locals alike, and try and find out why has it been neglected so much and why the locals don't really care about this place. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, as it really helps out with the growth of the channel.
So today, I'm actually at Shalimar Garden in Lahore, also known as Shalimar Bagh, and they have this board over here that actually says everything in Urdu that you need. So I'm going to repeat that for those people who, if they do want to come over here, it probably is a good idea to come over here, because this was built by Shah Jahan's dad, Jahangir. Okay, and Jahangir was a Mughal emperor back in, I think, 1600s, I suppose. And he was, and obviously Shah Jahan is known for building Taj Mahal for his wife Mumtaz in India, in Delhi. Not Delhi, sorry, Agra. So yeah, so when you do come over here, it's probably a really beautiful, not probably, definitely a really beautiful place in Lahore to visit. Probably one of the top 10s on TripAdvisor as well. So this is something that I would definitely recommend you guys should check out. So what does it say? It says, इमारत की हिफाजत के लिए इसकी दीवारों को हाथ लगाना और इन पर लिखना मना है. So just to save, what it says is that when you come over here, do not touch any walls, because they want to protect everything, and you're not supposed to write on them. You're not supposed to put any graffiti on them whatsoever. So, and the other one is Shalimar Bagh में फूलों, पौधों और दरख्तों का ख्याल रखें. So be careful when you're here to not step on any flowers and anything like that. So stay away from that as well. And Shalimar Bagh में थूकना और गंदगी फैलाना मना है. You're not supposed to spit over here and obviously trash over here as well. Shalimar Bagh में खाने पीने की अशिया लेकर आना ममनू है, and you're not supposed to eat in there as well. So whatever you want to eat right around here when you're outside, not when you actually go inside.
This garden is located next to the Grand Trunk Road, which is one of the oldest and major roads in the world. The garden is also located about 5 kilometers from the east of Delhi Gate in the walled city of Lahore. Click at the top right hand corner of this video to see my experience in the walled city and what you can do when you're there.
I'd like to apologize quickly because I've just read and I'm going to correct my mistake right now. This park is actually built by Shah Jahan in, it says the garden was laid at the command of Emperor Shah Jahan, who lived or ruled from 1627 to 1658 AD. So basically this park was built in 1641, and was completed in 1642. So it took a whole year to actually build this park, and of course it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Was declared in 1972, and also I also read that there was a lot of support from Norway and the UK, because they also, I think, gave a lot of money to preserve this garden.
Shalimar Garden dates from the period when the Mughal Empire was at its artistic and aesthetic zenith, and are now one of the Pakistan's most popular tourist destinations. These gardens were laid out as a Persian paradise garden intended to create representation of an earthly utopia in which humans coexist in perfect harmony with all elements of nature.
The park is actually built on 3 different terraces, as it says on here. The first one, the upper terrace, is actually called Farah Baksh, which basically means that it's best over of pleasure. So it's best for pleasure, I suppose. And the middle terrace is known as Faz Baksh, which is, Faz means it says best of over the plenty. So I suppose, what would you call Faz in English?
Faz
blessed, right?
It's
Faz.
It's a faz.
Blessed.
Your blessing.
Yeah.
Blessing a blessing.
So that the middle one is for blessing, I suppose, and the bottom one is known as Hayat Baksh. Hayat means what? I don't even know.
Life.
Life. Best over of life. Over of life.
Yes.
How weird is that?
The best over.
Over of life. Like, so that is for life. So you start off from the top, from pleasure to blessing, to life, I suppose. So yeah, so I will show you these, and they were built in different times, I suppose, as well. So yeah.
Construction of the gardens began in 1641 during the Emperor era of Shah Jahan, the same guy who made the Taj Mahal. The construction was completed in 1642, and in 1981 the Shalimar Gardens were inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as they embody Mughal garden design at the apogee of its development. Yet the gardens look in absolute abysmal condition. The walls have been denigrated along with the whole place, which is covered in dust, and there are no real guards or security to make sure that people don't spoil this place. There are over 400 water features in this place alone, which is most waterworks of any Mughal garden, and none of them are actually functioning, indicating the state in which they are currently and are not being maintained. There are over 10 buildings placed in the garden, each having its own unique feature. Yet upon further inspection you realize that the artwork on these buildings have been spoiled by the visitors. Therefore I strongly request any government official that is watching this video to do whatever they can to get this place restored to its true state, because this garden is actually pride of Lahore and should be treated as such. There should also be educational programs in schools and other places which tells the locals about the significance of this place. It's an absolute shame how badly this place had been kept, and how little do locals care about this place. But that didn't stop me and my friend from appreciating its true beauty. There is much resemblance to be made with many Timurid gardens built in Central Asia and Iran in the 14th and 16th century. The gardens, along with its water features, were laid out in the form of a rectangle aligned along a north and south axis, and covers an area of around 16 hectares, which is absolutely ginormous, and each terrace level is higher than its previous level. So when you come here, please make sure to spare at least 4 hours for exploring this place, whether you're a history buff or into art or just want to have a cool chill day at the gardens. The main entrance was actually for the locals and some noblemen, whereas the mid-terrace was Emperor's Garden and contained the most elaborate waterworks of any Mughal gardens, and the highest terrace was reserved for the Emperor's harem, which are living spaces for women. Even the name of this place was carefully thought out. The courtiers told Maharaja Ranjit Singh that Shala was a Turkish word which means pleasure, and mar means to live in. So together it meant to live in a place of pleasure. Ranjit Singh did not like that and decided to give its own name, calling it Shahla Bagh, with Shahla meaning sweetheart and Bagh meaning garden in Farsi or Persian. So today people of Lahore call it Shahla Bagh. The square-shaped terraces were both divided into 4 equivalent smaller squares by long fountains flanked by bricks, also known as khayaban, which were specifically designed to be elevated in order to provide better views of the garden. Cascades were made to flow over a marble path in what are known as chadurs or curtains into middle terraces. This water was then collected into large pool known as haws, over which a seating pavilion was made. But today, it's all non-functional, unfortunately. Being there, it's still a transformative experience, as it easily transports you back to the Mughal era, where you feel like that you're a part of this place.
Salan and I are really shocked. Why are we shocked, Salan?
Shocked by the
Enormity.
enormity and yes, the space occupied by this Shalamar Garden.
It is so big.
It's enormous.
It's such a massive
It's
place.
such a massive,
I am so tired.
it's such a soothing place.
Exactly, yeah. Very peaceful, very relaxing.
Peaceful, yes, very
And,
relaxing. I
it's-
was yawning.
Oh yes.
I was yawning.
Oh yeah, we can actually go to sleep in this park, literally on these grounds,
Yes.
right in front of us. Also, you know what I realized? They haven't maintained this place really well, because if the fountains were working, it'll be even more peaceful. We would go to sleep like this.
Yes.
You know, it's the best place to come and I suppose go to sleep. Tickets are 20 rupees.
Only.
So yeah, so I don't know, that's like 10 cents or 20 cents in dollars, and how much would it be in
160 like
dollars 160, right?
$160.
Yeah. So
160
it'll be
rupees
super
equals to
cheap.
$1.
It'll be super cheap. So I
Very,
mean, if you
very
get to sleep for this much in such a peaceful place, so
Yes.
why would you want to go to a hotel, I suppose? Yeah.
Yes, why?
Exploring this garden can be quite tiresome, and the best thing about this place is that there are plenty of spots where you can lie down and relax. Luckily at that time the temperatures were low since the sun was going down. The sunset at the gardens was peaceful and serene. Many people prayed on the grounds amidst the sounds of calls to prayer and admired the marble fountains, beautiful architecture and exquisitely maintained gardens. I would advise that those who are visiting come with their family, friends and those who know the area well, or get a guide to show you around, and they take around 500 to 1000 rupees. And the good thing is that the restoration works in the gardens are still being done, so I would love to visit this place again and see this place shine in its true entirety, showcasing the epitome of Mughal architecture and history. This particular part of the garden is a historically significant site that was gifted to Arai Mia family of Bhagwanpura by Shah Jahan for their services and contributions to the Mughal Empire. The location was specifically attractive to the royal engineers due to its ideal positioning and quality of soil. In return for Mia family's loyalty, they were given the governance over the gardens for 350 years, making it a long-term home for the family.
Yeah, so none of these fountains are working, and they've actually enclosed this, so therefore I can't really go that way, which is really tragic, of course. So yeah, but you can see the reflection of this, and when there's no one around, I presume that's in the morning, so the best time to come is actually in the morning. This looks unbelievably beautiful, and right behind me is another one of these. I don't know what this is called though. What is this called? What is this called? Do you know? What do you call this?
There is no specific name.
Oh, okay. There's no specific
There
name.
is no specific name.
Okay. Anything else?
It's just a showpiece.
So just a showpiece.
Yes.
But this place is really peaceful. Like I'm half asleep right now, honestly.
The garden design was influenced by the older Shalimar Garden in Kashmir, which was built by Shah Jahan's father, Jahangir. Unlike the garden in Kashmir though, which relied on naturally sloping landscapes, the waterworks in Lahore required extensive engineering to create artificial cascades and terraces. These gardens were therefore designed as Persian-style charbagh, which means paradise garden, a microcosm of an earthly utopia. And the word bagh represents a harmonious existence between humans and nature, and represents a poetic connection between heaven and earth, as all natural elements of the bagh are appreciated, including the sun, the moon and the air. The project for developing this garden was managed by Khalilullah Khan, a nobleman of Shah Jahan's court, in cooperation with Mullah Alu al-Mulk Duni, who was a famous Iranian architect at the time. In addition to that, Ali Mardan Khan was responsible for construction, and he was a Kurdish military leader at the time. It also built a 100-mile-long canal built to bring water from the foothills of Kashmir to the site. The construction took roughly around 18 months to complete. During the Sikh era, much of the garden's marbles was pillaged and used to decorate the Golden Temple and the Ram Bagh Palace in Amritsar, which is now part of India. The garden's royal gate was also stripped and sold by Lehna Singh Majithia, who was a warrior and a Sikh statesman with a keen interest in statecraft, architecture, firearms and art. The good thing is that even after all the pillaging and looting this place, Maharaja Ranjit Singh ordered the Shalimar Gardens to be repaired in 1806, and these gardens were finally nationalized in 1962 by General Ayub Khan. In fact, the annual Mela Chiraghan, which is the light festival, used to take place in the gardens until General Ayub Khan forbade it in 1958. Entry ticket for foreigners who are not Pakistani nationals is 400 rupees, which is basically just a bit more than £1 or $2. I generally had an absolutely amazing time at this place, and I feel like what once was a manifestation of paradise is now in an extremely dire state, and that's mainly due to the neglect of the people who live in this place and do not understand the historical significance and importance of how valuable this place truly is and how much it represents the ethos of Lahore. Unfortunately, today it is not the earthly representation of heaven that it once was. But through this video, I am hopeful that we can voice our concerns and do our best to make sure that this place is restored back to its true glory. I also recommend visiting shalimargardens.com, which delves deeper into the architectural marvel it truly is.
So that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, it's pretty much 6:15 right now. So whenever it's nighttime, they always kick us out. They just say that you're not allowed to be here, basically. So just close the park around Maghrib time, they call it, when there is like when you can hear all these sparrows and all kinds of things, all these birds chirping around. So it's go home time right now. So I really appreciate you guys coming and joining me on this journey, and please keep following and supporting me, and of course this guy I've got to thank all this time. If he wasn't around, I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing right now. So Captain Saab, thank you so much for that. And yeah, look, one last view of this amazing place. Look at this. And you can also hear the beautiful and serene and calm of the sound of Adhan right behind me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, like and subscribe as always. Take care.